is Jane back from the Emma Minecart, and today we're doing Captain Underpants, Book 2, Part 3, Chapter 3, probably 5. And we are at my grandma's house once again. So yeah, and this is not actually my book because I'm not at my house. This is my grandma's book. She got it from the library. See, I don't have the chapter thing. I just know what chapter we're on. So let's start reading. If you haven't seen Part 1 and Part 2 of Captain Underpants Book 2, go read them. Well, go watch them. Chapter 3, The Flashback. It was about 1 year earlier, and all of the... Wait, I think I already read this page.
That thread comes out on the left side. Well, how's it going to go to the right side?
Ladies and gentlemen, said George, Harold and I have invented something that is guaranteed to keep you all glued to your seats. Yes, said Harold. We call it glue. Mr. Crump became very angry. You two did not invent the glue, he shouted. He stood up to take the microphone away from Harold, and he stood up with him. Everyone in the gymnasium laughed. The school secretary, Mrs. Anthrom, stood up to help remove Mr. Crump's chair from his pants. Her chair stood up with her, too. Everyone in the gymnasium laughed harder. The other teachers stood up, and you guessed it, they were all stuck to their chairs as well. Everyone in the audience howled with laughter. One kid stopped up to go to the bathroom, and his chair came over with him. The audience stopped laughing so hard. They all quickly checked their chairs, and suddenly the laughter stopped completely. Everybody in the whole school was glued to their seats. Sorry, got an itch. There we go. You see, while it was true that George and Harold had not invented glue. They invented a new kind of glue by simply mixing rubber cement with orange juice mix. They had created a quick-drying, body-heat active glue. Then they applied this special glue to every seat in the gymnasium except theirs. Earlier that morning, everyone in the gymnasium was glaring at George and Harold and seething with anger. I got ideas, said George. What? Asked Harold. Run, cried George. What are you guys watching? Ugh. George and Harold were grinning from ear to ear, remembering their silly invention and the chaos that followed. That was hilarious, said Harold. Yeah, chuckled George. It'll be hard to top that this year. Well, you won't get a chance this year, said Mr. Crump. He took out a magnifying glass and held it up to the fine print on the sign. This contest is open to all students, 3rd and 4th grades, except George Beard and Harold Hutchins. You mean we can't enter the contest? Asked Harold. It's worse than that, laughed Mr. Crump. You boys can't even attend this year's convention. I'm putting you two in study hall that whole day. Mr. Crump turned and walked away, laughing victoriously. Rats, said Harold. What are we going to do now? Well, said George, you know the old saying, if you can't join them, beat them. Chapter 4, The Invention. Earlier that evening, George and Harold sneaked back to school with their supplies. They crept into the gymnasium and peeked around. Oh, I think somebody's still in here, whispered Harold. Oh, it's just Melvin Sneedly, said George. Melvin was the school brainiac. He was putting some last-minute touches on his new invention for the contest. So if you don't know who Melvin is, it's this guy. And Sneedly is his last name. And there we go. We should wait here until he leaves, whispered Harold. No way, said George. He could be here all night. Let's just go over and talk to him. When Melvin saw George and Harold approaching, he was not happy. Oh no, he said. I bet you guys are here to mess with everybody's inventions. Nice guess, said George. Listen, we promised not to mess with your invention if you promise not to tell anybody that you saw us here tonight. Melvin looked lovely at his invention and agreed. I promise, he said. Great, said George. Say what? Is that invention of yours anyway? It's just looks like a photocopy machine. Well, it used to be a photocopy machine, said Melvin. But I made some major adjustments to it. Now it is an invention that will do something that will ruralize the world. I call it the Pasty 2000. And ruralize the world. And you named it Pasty? Asked Harold. Yes, said Melvin. Pasty is short for photoatomic blah. I don't even know what that says. I'm sorry I asked, said Harold. I wouldn't ask either. Allow me to demonstrate, said Melvin. The Pasty 2000 can take one-dimensional image and create a living, breathing, three-dimensional copy of that image. For example, take the snoring for mouse. Here's a photograph of the mouse, if you can't see it. Oh, by the way, if he means one-dimensional, he means the cover of this book. Wait, that book. The cover of this book, like it's one-dimensional. If he puts this in the Pasty 2000, it literally comes alive and Captain Underpants would be real. So that's what he means. Oh. Melvin placed the photo of the mouse onto the glass screen. Oh, by the way, the Pasty 2000 is that thing that says 2000. Onto the glass screen of the Pasty 2000, press start. The lights in the gymnasium dimmed. As all the power in the entire school seemed to get sucked into the Pasty 2000. Soon the machine began to vibrate and hum loudly, and tiny bolts of static electricity snapped out from underneath. I hope that thing doesn't explode, said Harold. Oh, this is nothing, said Melvin. You should have seen how the Pasty 2000 reacted when I copied a puddle. Finally, after a series of flashes, loud zaps, everything stopped. A small ding was heard. Then a tiny mouse crawled out of the side of the door, Pasty 2000, and out on the floor. Isn't it wonderful? Exclaimed Melvin. Here's the mouse. Popped out to the pasty. George inspected the mouse closely. That's a great trick, George laughed. You really had me going for a while. It's not a trick, cried Melvin. The Pasty 2000 really does bring photos to life. I even created living creatures from paintings and drawings. Yeah, right, laughed Harold. And I thought we were con artists. George and Harold walked away, chuckling. It was no time to move on to bigger and better things. Chapter 5, Bigger and Better Things, is where we're going to have to leave off. Let's close this book, because obviously part 4 is not going to be here. Sorry. Bye-bye. Aren't you coming? No. Okay, I'll help you. Okay, now let's go. You guys almost done? Can I show you on camera?
I'm gonna try it.
Can I show you on camera?
No.
Okay.
to be on YouTube. No,
Okay.
never.
You didn't have us in the background or anything? Did you have us talking or anything in the background?
Do you already have us on
no.
YouTube?
It's okay.
Huh?
You're not in the background. It's okay. I was in the living
Why are
room.
you putting us on there at all?
You weren't on.
I don't even want them to hear us.
They can't.
Everybody wants to.
Shush, shush.
Hey, JC, how far we got?
Okay. 1 second. Hope you guys oh, hi, Scrappers. That's great. That's my grandma's dog. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.